Alright folks, today I need to address some front brake issues on this truck. Seems like the calipers are sticking. This truck sat for a couple years before I got it. Calipers are what I'm going to replace. Super cheap. $31, $32 a piece on Rock Auto. So I'm just going to go ahead and replace both of them. We'll look at the rotors. I had this truck up to about 60 miles an hour the other day. I didn't feel any pulsing in the pedal or anything. I don't see any reason to replace the rotors. The bearings are tight. As far as if there's any noise, I don't think you could hear it over all the other noises this thing makes. So yeah, we'll look at the rotors when we have the calipers off. And these were the cheapest rotors I could find. Like I said, like 31, 32 bucks a piece. They at least have different part numbers, so you know, hopefully it's a right and a left. I guess we'll find out. Looking at these front brakes, I mean there's almost no lip on the top of this caliper, or the top of this rotor rather. These pads have a ton of life. You know what I'm thinking? I'm wondering. Oh, that's locked up. Oh, sorry. Here, I can't. I'm trying to move it, but I can't. I'm wondering, after we get this all apart and cleaned up, if I come through here, spin this around and just hit it with a, you know, like a little roll-lock disc or something, if I can clean up enough of this rust where this caliper, you know, stay a little bit quieter, a little bit cooler. So I think that's what I'm going to try to do. That's pretty tight. Tighter than it was before I'd taken it on the road and got those hot. So. Alright, I cleaned up these old crusty pads, so they have a ton of life left. The shims on the back, yeah, you know, they're kind of trying to fall off, but I think it'll be alright. Got all the crust off of that. I made sure to shine up the area where the caliper rides in the bracket there, or rides in the, or the pad rides in the caliper on this one. So, you know, like kind of like a little before and after there. So I'm gonna get this cleaned up as well. I don't think I recorded it, but I just spun this hub while I was hitting it with a little cookie wheel. It didn't do a lot. It knocked off a little bit of the ridge. I think this rotor just kind of is what it is for, you know, the first couple thousand miles, so it kind of cleans itself up. But I'll start throwing it back together. Well, I had lots of issues with my camera. It kept turning off and stopping recording, and I'm not exactly sure why. I haven't had those issues before. But as you see here, I've already got the new pads and the caliper. I've got the caliper attached back to the backing plate with the pins. I made sure to grease those pins. I made sure to grease the ears on the calipers and where the pads ride on the calipers. Yeah, I'm not sure why. There were lots of times where you might have noticed steps were skipped, or, you know, what have you. Didn't see me doing something. Yeah, I'm not sure why. I just was having issues with the camera not recording. So. So every time I turned around, my camera was off, so I'm not sure what recorded or not. I got the new caliper on. You know, I greased where the ears of the pads ride. I greased our little slide pins real good, cleaned out that real good with the brush. Did what I could to the face of the rotor, just knocking a little bit of surface rust off. You know, it'll end up fixing itself over time. I just gravity bled. I did one pump of the, I'm solo right now, so I did one pump of the brakes, and then just kind of let it gravity bleed till all the air was gone. I've got a pressure bleeder, so I'll probably throw it on after I do the other side and get one less bleed out of it. But other than that, this side's done. I'm going to go do the other side now. Here's the rig I'm going to use. This is actually a adapter off of my radiator cooling system tester. I've got it going into my my Motive power bleeder, and then I will just use my little brake bleeder adapter here on each of the wheels. I already gravity bled them. I don't think I'm really going to get any more air out of them, but I already have the stuff out, so I might as well. I did end up getting a little bit more air out of the driver's side caliper, so I am glad that I decided to, you know, bleed them all the way. I went ahead and cleaned up the mating surfaces, and now I'm going to go ahead and get those tires back on. Alright, just got done taking her out for a shake. Brakes are not super hot this time. They weren't smoking when I pulled in. The pedals felt better than it ever has. I will say the more that I drive it, the better that transmission shifts with that Royal Purple Synchromax stuff in it. I don't know if the heat cycle's in it. I don't know. But it seems to shift better every time. So I think the next big project on this is going to be the exhaust manifold bolts, or the exhaust manifold gasket. You know, it just sounds terrible in this thing, especially driving around the neighborhood. So, yeah, I think that'll be the next thing to fix. Bye.